Imagine driving a plane without knowing where you're headed. Yup, not a good picture. That's exactly what it means to lack a vision or a dream. Having a dream for who you are, for the place you live in, and everything that's bigger than you means that you have just right about figured it out. Life now doesn't feel like a chore, and if it does, please drift away and start over.
Islamabad is a green city and it should remain a green city, and the master planners should not make additional roads and cut into the mountains, and there's too much urban planning going on in Islamabad. So my dream is that it should remain true to its master plan, and it should be like an environmentally sustainable city with which is also teaching our young children, young generations to live in a city where they respect the environment. If your planners are not going to respect the environment, then how will the future generation?
There's this art fair that happens called Nuit Blanche in France and in Canada. It takes place in like public spaces. Like we have Karachi Biennale, we have the Lahore Biennale. Why do we not have something like that in Islamabad where people get to go and interact with, artworks? Though we were actually just in F9 Park just yesterday, and I think that is like the most perfect space. Ki itna bada sector hai aapka, which is like so beautiful. So getting people to be able to interact with art, I think is very, very important. And that would be something that I really want to see happening here.
I would like either music or be प्रमोट हो जाए, बल्कि पूरा कल्चर आर्ट और हम अपने कल्चर को थोड़ा और रिच कर लें, मतलब अपने कल्चर को हम एक्सेप्ट कर लें.
We've all heard the sayings, be the change you want to see in the world, or we're here to put a dent in the universe. But where does that need to change something starts from? Looking inward, looking around, falling in love with the place you live in, with the people you share your life with. Our cities that provide us a home, a sense of belonging, a history to be proud of, also need that.
We have a metropolitan corporation and we have the Capital Development Authority. I wish that these two organizations would work with really helping the people of Islamabad enjoy Islamabad and attain their goals by helping them.
The importance of preserving the culture and heritage of any place is not given its due importance. People who care about the city don't shy away from highlighting what we lack and what we need to change, and then they act on it. These little thoughts count up to create a huge difference in the long run. And these little thoughts turn into dreams for people who take actions and see a better future for the place they call home. This city that is calm in nature is actually harboring the dreams of thousands of such people. Dreams that have never been seen or executed. Dreams of the people who believe in the fact that it always seems impossible until someone does it. So they take action and do it. Some do it through words, some do it through art, and others through the evergreen musical tones. All of these modes of expression help promote the culture and life that surrounds us. Among everything that is unique and different about all of us, there are things that are universal. What are they? They're dreams and ambitions. That's what they are.
I love Islamabad. From growing up in Dubai and coming here as a visitor to now living here, बहुत बड़ी difference आती है इस्लामाबाद के अंदर, जैसे आप like the way you feel it, the way that you interact with the city. But one of the most like incredible things is the nature. Like it's just such a beautiful city. Whenever you go and visit anywhere else in Pakistan, it's I think also one of the most well-structured cities. तो रहना यहाँ पे बहुत आसान हो जाता है, especially moving from a well-structured city like Dubai, coming to Pakistan. It's very difficult to kind of blend into society, blend into the way that work happens and the way kind of city life happens. So it's a very easy first step into Pakistan. Culturally, maybe it might be a little bit newer because it's just a newer city. जो ज़्यादातर लोग उसको नहीं देते, it gets a bad rep that there's no culture, there's nothing happening over here. But I think that's more to do with the fact that it's still a newer city. There's less people over here, which is changing, aista aista.
Well, very simply put, it is my home and has been my home since I was 10 years old. And now it's also the final resting place of my parents. So naturally I hold it very dear. It's where all my memories as a child were made. And also I love it because it's so beautiful. And nature for years and years has just sort of glowed in Islamabad. And I think anytime you need any real therapy, that's where I go, and that's what I love about the city.
Okay, I've been living in Islamabad now for about nearly 35 years, and it has grown from a small, quiet city, quiet town into a far more bigger, bustling city, perhaps not quite like Lahore and Karachi, and that is of course what I love about Islamabad.
Well, Islamabad is a very beautiful, clean city. मुझे तो ऐसा लगा स्टार्ट में आते ही कि इस तरह इन्वायरमेंट है कि आर्टिस्ट फ्रेंडली इन्वायरमेंट है. आर्टिस्ट उधर क्रिएटिव हो जाता है और भी. और मेरे ख्याल में जितने भी कल भी मेरा एक दोस्त आया था कराची से, तो वो फर्स्ट टाइम आया था. उसने कहा कि इधर मुझे मतलब अलग सी एक फ़ील आ रही है, क्लीनलीनेस है और इन्वायरमेंट बहुत एक क्रिएटिव इन्वायरमेंट है. और क्योंकि आपको मार्गला हिल्स भी नज़र आ रही है और आपको एक ग्रीनरी भी नज़र आ रही है, आपको डाइवर्सिटी भी बहुत ज़्यादा है इस सिटी में, क्योंकि KP भी करीब है और पंजाब के सिटीज़ भी करीब है. तो मुझे तो लगता है कि मतलब बहुत आर्टिस्ट फ्रेंडली शहर है.
Well, I love Islamabad, and I am, from Islamabad. We belong to a village very close to Islamabad. It's called Kahuta, where Qadir Khan worked there. And I think Islamabad is so beautiful. There are resorts in this world that are very beautiful, but for a capital to be so beautiful, it's very unique. But when I see the garbage around Islam, that breaks my heart. And I think I request younger people to take this in their hands and start a campaign so that we get rid of all that garbage from all over Pakistan, but especially from Islamabad. Islamabad is such a beautiful city. It's a new city, of course. When the capital moved from Karachi, came to Islamabad, it was all hilly and they had to flatten most of the areas to build the sectors. But you don't see so many beautiful capitals in the world that as Islamabad is.
The dreams to make lives better, the motivation to do what we do. Day by day, this city quietly improves its potential and expands 1 mile at a time. And it's on the people here to help grow our culture, build security, and then evolve with time on our own conditions. And all of that starts with awareness. Awareness on who we are, where we come from, and where we want to go.
Oh, the hills, the trails, so close to the mountains, to Murray, to Nathia Gully. It's a few hours drive and you're there. No other city enjoys this.
Well, naturally, it's natural beauty, which I think Lahore and Karachi don't to that extent. Lahore was a beautiful city with broad avenues and it still has beautiful trees, but there are too many people. And Islamabad is still lucky. It has this gorgeous beauty and the hills.
एक जगह पे आपको सिटी भी मिल रही है और पहाड़ भी हैं, ग्रीनरी भी है, जो कि अदर सिटीज़ में बहुत कम है. मतलब पोल्यूशन रहती है और पहाड़ आपको नहीं मिलते हैं और इतनी ग्रीनरी आपको नहीं मिलती एक जगह पे कि सिटी भी है और आपको ग्रीनरी भी है, हिल्स भी है. मतलब विलेज का भी एक आपको असर, क्योंकि सैदपुर आप जाओ तो एक पूरा इन्वायरमेंट ही डिफरेंट हो जाता है. फिर आप इधर आ जाओ तो ब्रांड्स भी मिल जाते हैं, फूड ब्रांड्स भी है और काफ़ी चीज़ें भी हैं. तो मतलब काफ़ी चीज़ें एक जगह पे आपको मिल जाती है.
I think good infrastructure and no traffic is one of the best things that Islamabad has that other cities don't.
Well, I would like to change the crazy traffic. I think traffic should be a little more organized. Now people just run you over, like big cars will just push you to the side, and I don't like that. I think that needs to change, and people should stop littering in the city. Like when you go to the northern areas, people have been sending pictures of litter. Same thing in Islamabad. A lot of tourists come here on Saturday and Sunday and they litter. So I would like to change that very quickly.
मैंने मेंशन भी किया था इसको. एक इधर लोगों का एक डबल स्टैंडर्ड होता है कुछ लोगों का, ठीक है. तो मतलब बहुत कम, उनकी रेशो बहुत कम है, लेकिन लेट्स सी अगर वो रबाब दे के या इस तरह कोई कल्चरल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, तो उनके डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स होते हैं कि नहीं, मतलब गिटार, क्योंकि वो कूल लगने के लिए. तो वो किस्म के लोग इधर बहुत है कंपैरेटिवली अदर सिटीज़.
Being born and raised in the Twin Cities has been everything that I could ask for. And there's a question that I've always been asked, and like everyone else who lives here, why are the people from this region so cold? Well, that's not the truth. It's just that common people here have smaller circles and they like to keep it to that circle. They laugh with these people, they have fun with these people, they have amazing conversations with these people, and then they go back to their dreams and ambitions. Dreams that have a way of changing the course of history. And on the whole, as Pakistanis, we must believe that people who ever dared to have the strength to do something different have legacies that still decide on how a nation or its people should behave. The dream of this country itself is a huge example of that. The many reasons that we have forgotten. The reasons for having this land, for falling in love with it every day, and the dream to make it better.
I love the fact that we have so many connections with people. You know, families are connected, friends are connected. So there are all these layers and layers of connection. Like, for example, if you have 10 cousins, you will be friendly with those cousins and their friends, right? So you have one layer and then you have another layer which comes as a gift to you. And then as you grow over the years, you find that, oh God, you know so many people. Then, you know, with your family, friends, their families, their children, etc., etc. I find that's wonderful. I really enjoy the connectivity of people.
About Pakistan, एक तो सबसे पहले मौसम, बहुत सारे मौसम है इधर, ठीक है. कल्चर्स, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कल्चर्स, लैंडस्केप्स आपको मतलब हर किस्म के लैंडस्केप, फॉरेस्ट्स भी है, सहरा भी है, रिवर्स भी है, वाटरफॉल्स भी है, लेक्स भी है. नॉर्दर्न साइड पे जाओ तो लेक्स है, और काफ़ी आपको मतलब एज अ टूरिज़म भी काफ़ी चीज़ें आपको मिलती हैं जो कि हर मुल्क में नहीं होती. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली टूरिज़म पे इतना काम नहीं हो रहा जितना होना चाहिए.
I love everything about Pakistan. That's why I moved back. But it hurts me when I see, you know, people driving on the road, not disciplined. So that really hurts me. That because we need to move forward, and I think we sacrificed a lot by coming back and serving our country. So when things are not going the right way, it really hurts me. And my message to the young people is, please get up and, you know, take charge of your country. That's the only way. You know, now we have lots of hope in the young people, because, you know, we've lived our life and we've contributed and did whatever we could, but not enough, I would say, still not enough.
What do I love about Pakistan? I mean, there's so much to love. Like, the people are amazing, the places are amazing. Like, this past year, I think I've gotten to see more of Pakistan than I've ever kind of, you know, gone around, like spending a month in Karachi. Like, in the last 6 months, I've been to Lahore like 6-7 times. The fact that everything is so connected that you can kind of go, like going to Kashmir, going to Hunza, going to Nagar, like, it's amazing. Like, I never thought, like, about कहीं और होते हो तो like traveling around is very, very difficult. Here you get on a plane and within 2 hours you're like anywhere you want to be. Or now the highways are so good, तो आराम से बस गाड़ी में बैठे और चले गए कहीं और, and it's beautiful. Like, every single place you go is more beautiful than the other. Like, you go to Murray and you get this amazing perspective. Nathegri जाते हो, like, it's just the fact that you can travel so easily now. कि infrastructure बन रहा है. I mean, it's not, you know, like there yet, but it's still getting there. Is for me such a blessing.
What our land holds for us and what we hold to give back to it are equally important. So everyone who's not from Pakistan, as we explore it city by city, we promise you a journey filled with love and history, heritage and culture. And for everyone who lives here, well, pick up your phones and use this camera as much as this one to capture everything around you, everything that inspires you to build what's missing. We indulge into debates of which city is better or which city has better weather or food and all of that. What we don't think about is that these cities don't belong to us. We belong to these cities and we have to do right by them. If you love any part of where you live, the food of your city, pick up your phones and let everyone become a part of your journey to exploring the different cuisines you have. If you live in a city with history rich in culture and heritage, educate us. If your city is known to provide opportunities to creatives, Spread the word around, and the kind of love, response, and collaboration we receive might actually surprise you. Help us celebrate Pakistan for the beauty that it really is, because we are only getting started.